time now for the Pity Channel News, the Noon Report, Monday, September 22nd, 2014. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins, now your top story at noon. Here, as U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry opened up a week of talks as protesters demand an action against climate change will stage a sit-in today in New York's Financial District, organizers said here. And Secretary of State John Kerry has set agenda on the New York Climate Summit and Wall Street sit-in planned on the climate crisis. Authorities are searching for 3 Afghanistan Army officers after attending military exercise in Cape Cod in Massachusetts that went missing over the weekend after visiting the Cape Cod Mall in Hyannis, officials said on Monday. Purchase of previously owned U.S. homes unexpectedly declined in August for the first time in 5 months as investors retreated from the market. Some 130,000 Syrian refugees fleeing the events of Islamic State militants have crossed the border into Turkey in the past 4 days, and Turkey's deputy prime minister said on Monday, warning that the number could rise further as militants continue. Apple Incorporated said it had sold more than 10 million iPhones in the first weekend after its models of new models went on sale in Friday, underscoring the strong demand for phones with larger screens. Here. Let's start over again here. Nope. Let's move on. 3 blasts were reported Sunday from the troubled province in western China. Meanwhile, the central government blamed more than a dozen local officials for the response to a July attack. In London, Tony Blair, who has already dragged UK into the war in Iraq before, has now urged Britain to send in group troops to combat the Islamic State ISIS as airstrikes are not enough to defeat the terrorist group. Afghanistan's presidential election candidate Ashraf Ghani Ahmadinejad leaves after signing a power-sharing deal at the presidential palace in Kabul, Afghanistan on Sunday. A 42-minute audio recorded by an NASA spokesman was released on social media on Sunday, in which a group calls on Muslims to kill civilians in countries that belong to anti-ISIS. In Canada, Pennsylvania, police are confident that they will capture the gunman who killed a Pennsylvania state trooper 10 days ago after authorities said they recovered one of the weapons they believe he carried in the heavily wooded terrain in the state. This search for a University of Virginia student who has been missing in more than a week was streamlined Monday in an effort to focus on possible leads, according to officials. In Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the president of the University of Alabama says there are no danger from a threat to property lockdown at a women's dormitory in Tuscaloosa. In Jacksonville, Florida, it's where the defendant is put on trial, knowing that whether he wins or loses, chances are he'll still spend some life in prison. Federal Reserve Bank President Charles Foster, whose vocal discomfort with the U.S. Central Bank's super easy monetary policy marks him as one of the talkish policymakers will retire on March 1st of next year, the regional Fed Bank said. New York U.S. stocks were trading headed toward midday on Monday after China's finance minister indicated that the country will not increase stimulus measures, said U.S. The European Central Bank will actually manage its balance sheet and will implement more stimulus if regarded to stave off the threat of deflation in the euro area, ECB President Mario Draghi said. Carl Larry, president at the Outlook and Committee, talked with Oliver Stearns about the heirs of John D. Rockefeller investing the flat oil fortune from the family's $860 million philanthropic organization linked to which investors. Tesco plc investors said they want greater management accountability after the biggest UK retail overstated its first half profit estimate, testing shareholders' patience means target at a sinking stock price. It looks that the rumored Nexus 9 tablet is indeed in the works and will be manufactured by HTC, a company that has largely avoided the competitive tablet game. Leading security researchers have called on eBay to take immediate action over dangerous listings as the problem continues to put users at risk. Bow Wow in America, Mina engaged, and Tom York teases mystery album, and Bow Wow and Erica Mina engaged. On Friday morning, first-time feature director Wes Ball was sweating bullets. His debut film was opening, and he was nervous by the early positive numbers that were already flooding into the box office, reporters here. As on Friday morning, first-time Maze Runner reached $35 million successful debut. Illustration of the Maven spacecraft approaching its Mars on a mission to study its upper atmosphere. Worldwide emissions of carbon dioxide are projected to reach 44 million tons, with the biggest polluters being India, China, and the United States and the European Union. In Geneva, independent health advisors to the World Health Organization have assessed that there should be no general ban on travel or trade, whether the country is reeling from a real epidemic in West Africa, and the UN said. Unexpected medical evidence of expensive, of course, can often add a little fuel to the fire that in terms of your annual deductible. For example, Peter Drive, 37, signed a pile of consent forms before surgery for hernia disc in his neck. Several buildings were evacuated on Huntington Avenue and Longwood Avenue this morning after the national leak at the Harvard School of Public Health at 665 Huntington Avenue as the Boston Fire Department responded to a level 2 hazmat situation at the school. An early morning hit and run on Interstate 495 in North Andover at 3:40 a.m. this morning has killed a woman as the truck being sought by the Massachusetts State Police. An early morning fire at a Sudbury car dealership in Massachusetts charred and destroyed 20 luxury vehicles as a lot of vehicles were so badly damaged during the Sudbury fire that their bodies could not be identified. Hundreds of people last night attended the candlelight vigil for Pat Gill of Winchester, who was killed in an auto accident on Saturday night as his coach said that he was a great leader. 7 people, including 2 kids, were being treated after a boat explosion in Charlestown. In Nantucket, a woman says that an unnamed man entered her Robert Lane home and sexually assaulted her as the Nantucket police are investigating the sexual assault. More than 8,500 people walked the 26.2-mile course from Hopkins to Coupler Square yesterday as they participated in the Boston Marathon Jimmy Fund Walk. Take a look at New England alerts here on this noontime hour here in Watertown, Massachusetts. A working fire assignment for a large gas leak on Sion Street, M8 to cover. In Scarborough, Maine, a roll crash in Gorham Road near Ace Hardware. And please use caution in that area and watch for emergency personnel responding on the scene. One person was transported to a nearby hospital after an MTA transportation van for disabled community members rolled over in Saugus, Massachusetts on Monday morning. As a male passenger estimated to be around 50 years old was conscious and alert when he was transported from the intersection of Walnut Street and Birchwood Avenue in Saugus around 9:35 a.m. this morning. In Hillsborough County, New Hampshire, in Bedford, at 382 New Boston Road, a 43-year-old male struck by a bucket truck. COs of request available call now UC with park transport to Elliott Hospital Trauma Center. In Newton, Wellesley, Massachusetts, Washington Street at the line, water break with roadway damage and road is closed in both directions here. Let's take a look at stock market reports here. Dow Jones average 17,197.47 down 82.27. S&P 599.39 down 17.01. Nasdaq 4518.46 down 61.33. European markets. DAX 9749.54 down 49.72. FTSE 6773.63 down 64.29. And CAC 4044.42.55 down 18.67. Nikkei 16205.90 down 150.27. Shanghai 2290.73 down 30.72. HSI 23955.49 down 350.67. Oil 91.39 down 102. Brent 96.68 down 171. Natural gas 3.822 down 1,500 of a point. And the gold 1219.5 up 2.90 of a point. Silver 17.83 down 14 to 24,000 of a point here. And copper 3.0405 down 51,000 of a point. In the bonds, US 10 yield 2.5546 down 3,000 of a point. Germany 10-year yield 1.14% down 5,000 of a point. And Japanese 10-year yield 0.536 down 6,000 of a point. In FX, European US dollar 1.2827 down 1,000 of a point. US dollar Japanese yen 108.91 down 10 of a point. And Great Britain pound US dollar 1.6334 up 48,000 of a point. Peter Channel News Time is now 12:09, and it's time now for a little traffic report here. 24 southbound near Route 44 to Raynham, a little slow. 295 westbound, a little slow from the Vermont, Massachusetts border to Cumberland. And on Mass Pike westbound, an accident in Framingham, so trust up extra time in that area. And 120 on the southbound side, an accident near East Street in Dedham. A little slow, but smooth sailing here on 128 there. And 95 up in New Hampshire here on the southbound side of 95 in New Hampshire. A little slow around 101 at Exeter. But otherwise, you are good to go on this Monday afternoon here. And let's take a look at our weather situation here. Our current conditions here in North Massachusetts at high noon. 73 degrees of temperature with fair skies. Humidity 44%. Wind speed west about 14 gusts to 24 miles per barometer. 29 3/4 inches, 29.75 inches. 2.50 degrees and visibility 10 miles per hour. Alright, let's take a look at our current conditions around the region here. We got a 71-degree temperature reading for Boston, 68 for Fitchburg and Bedford, 69 in Beverly, 66 in Gloucester, 70 in Haverhill. It's 63 in Worcester, 64 in Sturbridge and Webster, 67 in Milford, 71 in Norwood, 72 in Taunton and Bedford, 72 in Plymouth and in Falmouth, 74 in Chatham, 70 in Provincetown, 68 in Cape Cod Bay, 71 in Martha's Vineyard, 71 in Nantucket, 70 in Blockon, 71 in Wesley, 70 out in Montauk, 69 in Islip, 71 in New York City, 70 in Bridgeport, 62 in New Haven, 66 in Long Island Sound, 66 in Danbury, 64 in Waterbury, 69 in Meriden is 67 in Hartford, 71 in Windsor, 66 in Springfield, 16 in Amherst, 55 in Pittsfield, 58 in North Adams, Massachusetts, 60 in Albany, New York, 56 in Bennington, 54 in Brattleboro, 64 in Keene, 63 in Jefferson, Hampshire, 68 in Concord, Hampshire, 64 in Manchester, Hampshire, 70 in Nashville, Hampshire, 71 in Portsmouth, Hampshire, 70 in Portland, Maine. Here. Alright, let's take a look at current conditions around the nation here on this high noon cold front from Pennsylvania stretching up in northern New England and up in the northern Quebec with a stationary front. And another cold front from Mississippi stretching up the Atlantic seaboard and up in the Maine and in the western New Brunswick here. And a stage front from Gulf of Mexico stretching the northern Florida and cold front at the sea. We got front by from central Alberta down to eastern Montana down to Wyoming down to north central Colorado. Front by from eastern Utah to north central Arizona. Front by from southeastern Nevada down to the California-Arizona border. And a front by from north central California and a front by from Oregon up in the eastern Washington state. And cold front with a low pressure from off the British Columbia stretching off the Pacific coastline here. And we got low pressure in southeastern Washington state, north central California, north central Arizona, southwestern Arizona, and off the Gulf of California here. Well, we got some high pressure in north central Kansas, western Wyoming, and we got 56 degrees of temperature right now in Pittsburgh, 54 in Detroit, 70 in Washington, D.C. It is 67 in Atlanta, 85 in Miami, Florida, 81 in Brownsville, 74 in Dallas, Texas. It's 57 in Kansas City, 51 in Chicago, 60 in Omaha, Nebraska, 53 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. It's 61 in Great Falls, Montana, and Seattle, and Salt Lake City and Denver, Colorado, 66 in San Francisco, 65 in Los Angeles. It's 76 out in Las Vegas, 84 in Phoenix, and it's 67 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Here. Alright. Let's take a look at our radar situation around the country. Here. And some spotty rain showers on the eastern portion of Maine, and a lot of rain showers from eastern Quebec and for New Brunswick and central and eastern portions of Nova Scotia and for southeastern portions of Prince Edward Island. A lot of rain showers from western Quebec down to the northeastern portions of Ontario. A lot of rain showers in eastern and western portions of Ontario. A lot of rain, spotty rain showers on east central New York, eastern West Virginia. We got a line of rain showers from the Carolinas stretching to central Georgia and half of central Mississippi. We got a line of rain showers from southern Florida and down for the Gulf of Mexico with a few thunderstorms in that area here. A lot of rain showers from western Texas up in New Mexico, Colorado, down for Wyoming, and down for eastern and western portions of Idaho, down for Oregon and Washington State, up in the southern and central portions of British Columbia here. Alright. Satellite loop here. Satellite loop and it shows line of clouds coming in from New England and stretching out New York, Pennsylvania, down to eastern Great Lakes and stretching it up to Ontario, down on Quebec and up to Atlantic Canada. Line of clouds from the Carolinas, stretching to central Georgia and down to southern Mississippi and southern Alabama, and line of clouds from Florida, stretching to Gulf States. Line of clouds from Mexico, curving it down for western Texas, up to the Rockies, up to Idaho, down for Oregon, Washington State, up to British Columbia here. And let's take a look. What is going on in the tropics here on this Monday at noon here? We all know in the Atlantic states, in the Atlantic hurricane season, nothing's brewing in the tropics right now. Alright, let's take a look at nothing brewing in the Atlantic. Tropical cyclone activity not expected during the next 48 hours here. And Polo is weakened to 30 mile per hour. It's a tropical depression. Post-tropical cyclone power low. Winds southwest about 7 miles per hour. Maximum same winds 30 miles per hour. Central location 22.2 to the north. 114.4 to the west. There. And it's becoming revenue, and this is the last advisory, and there are no close watch warnings effect at 8 a.m. Pacific time at 15 UTC. The center of power tropical cyclone Polo was located in latitude 22.2 to the north, longitude 114.4 to the west, and the tropical cyclone is moving toward the west-southwest near 7 miles per 11 kilometers an hour and turn toward the southwest near with some decrease in the forward speed is expected during the next day or so. Maximum sustained winds have decreased near 30 miles per 45 kilometers an hour with higher gusts, and the initial weakening slightly in Pole is so this is made by Wednesday, and the estimated minimum central pressure is 1,006 millibars at 29.71 inches here. And this is the last public advisory issued by the National Hurricane Center on Polo. For additional information on remnant NOAA, the Polo, please see high seas forecast issued by the National Weather Service Center, HWIPS, header NFDHS FVP1, and WMO, header F2 FCPN or 1 KWBC. And disturbance number 1, it's showers and thunderstorms associated with a low pressure area located 700 miles southeast of Acapulco, Mexico, have increased and become more concentrated overnight. Environmental conditions and generally conducive for development, and a tropical depression is likely to form during the next few days. And while it moves west-northwest with about 10 miles per formation chance 4 hours, high 6%, and formation chance 5 days, high 8% here. And let's take a look at the Pacific outlook here, and it shows nothing brewing in the Central Pacific tropical. Tuesday night here. And our forecast discussion around the country. The water pattern across the United States will be calming down a bit during the next few days from a very active regime of late. The heavy rainfall over the southwest, largely fueled by the remnant moisture from long since spun down tropical cyclone Adal, is expected to slowly subside as a vigorous autumnal storm bears down in the Pacific Northwest. Most of the wind anticipation of that cyclone should remain offshore during the next couple of days, but the upper level jet stream associated with it will set fundamental changes into the motion across much of the nation. Florida and the immediate southeastern Atlantic coast will be on the wet side as a wave of low pressure ripples along a stationary front just offshore in the Great Lakes, Ohio River Valley, and northeast and Atlantic states will experience a sharp cool down in the wake of the 2 areas of low pressure crossing the Canadian Maritime provinces. Here, and take a look at forecast discussion here in New England. There, dry and less humid air mass overspreads the region today beyond a departing cold front this morning with breezy conditions and mix of sun and clouds. The air mass remains over the region much of the week, yielding mild days and cool nights. By week's end, temperatures begin to warm where possible, record warmth next weekend. Cold front offshore with gusty winds to the west, ushering in much drier air mass as 2 points fall at the 50s and in the 40s. And so you expect the greatest coverage in the interior. Strong low-level CAA, especially will be in the west, will keep temperatures in the 60s, but reaching in the 70s and the coastal plain where stronger CAA is delayed until after 18 a.m. Good mix will yield wind gusts of 25-30 miles per hour with a few higher gusts over the elevated terrain. Current forecast on track, so no major changes in effect. And a building offshore swell today will yield some high surf, particularly at south coastal beaches today. There will be 2 high surf advisory till 6 o'clock here, as we have a high surf advisory until 6 p.m. for the Cape and the islands in southeastern Massachusetts coastline here. And the autumnal equinox will start about 10:29 p.m. tonight, and today's highs will be 62 to 73 degrees, and tonight's lows 36 to 49 degrees around the region, and tomorrow's highs stay with 63 to 72 degrees, and sunny and cool on Wednesday, high will be about 61 to 72 degrees. Alright, let's take a look at a 7-day forecast. It goes like this. There. This afternoon, we are going to see some most of the skies high about 74 degrees. West wind about 14 miles per gust as 24 miles per hour. For that, most of the skies low 40 degrees. Northwest wind about 3 to 8 miles per hour. Tuesday, sun sky 69 degrees and calm wind becoming the northwest wind 5 miles for the afternoon. Towards that, most of the skies low 43 degrees. Calm wind. For Wednesday, sun sky 67 degrees. Northeast wind about 6 miles per hour. Wednesday, most of the skies low 44 degrees. Thursday, most sun sky 70 degrees. For that, Park sky low 48 degrees. Friday, sun sky 75 degrees. Friday, most of the got low 52 degrees. Saturday, sun got 80 degrees. Most of the got low 55 degrees. And for Sunday, sun got high about 77 degrees. Peters, what a phrase of the day. A marvelous Monday afternoon and so on. beautiful week on tap. This is BJ with you. Have a good day with a good positive. I'll be looking forward to see you late night because I'm going to be watching 2 North Lancer games. I'm going to watch the boys varsity soccer match against Mills Bullhawks. And I'm going to tip the game, and then I'm going to watch some girls volleyball against Mills at the Launchlock Gymnasium at Northern Ireland. So go Lancers! So I'll have a late night news report at 11 o'clock along with sports roundup all together. Have a good day, and I'll see you at 11 o'clock tonight. Have a good day with a good positive attitude. Here.